All right, folks, this is a 1-month review of my FXCNC Racing center mount steering stabilizer. I always recommend the center mounts. They're better, they're stronger, they last longer. Like, I've had a Scott one on that 426 there ever since I've owned the bike. Never had any issues with it, and that's off-road, so it sees a lot more abuse than this one. I just can't stress enough how much this changes the way these FC and MT bikes behave on the freeway. Even if you're not doing a lot of high-speed shit, like, it's still a good thing to do. Installation is super easy. There are videos out there on it. I was going to do an install video on it, but it was like 10 minutes. The biggest trick is just figuring out which bolts go where. But it's pretty, I mean, if you're even slightly mechanically inclined, this is something you can do. The only thing I recommend is install everything with Loctite, just because it is your steering, it is your life. Don't fuck around. I don't like the side mounted ones with the shock, you know, off to the side. There's just a lot of room for weakness, in my opinion. And this is just a much more solid setup. So if you guys have an MT09 or FZ09 or FZ07, MT07, whatever the fuck, if you have any of the MT series bikes, can't recommend this enough. If you have a Honda or a Kawasaki, that the Hyper Nakeds of their manufacturing design, this will help you as well. Not so much on the Honda. The Honda's true to Honda, man. The CB, my buddy's got a CB 1000. It's pretty goddamn stable. Honda's very, very, very good. Yamaha and Kawasaki like to build bikes that scare the shit out of their riders, and that's why I love them. They're a fucking blast. Like, everything in this garage is, well, except for the Honda 3-wheeler. But, you know, we got the KX125, the YZ426, and now the FZ09. I got a KLR over there in the corner that definitely needs some love. But, yeah, Kawasaki's and Yamahas are my shit. Not that I don't like Honda. They make a good bike, but they're just way too user-friendly for me. But, yeah, if you ride one of these bikes, you know the FC series of the fucking Yamaha is just, it's all over the place. Once you get up over about 60, 70 miles an hour, it feels a little unnerving for the average rider. For me, it was a blast, but this is totally fucking, I can't stress it enough, folks. And this brand right here, I will recommend it, man. I've had it a month, no issues, none whatsoever. Yeah, it's a Chinese brand. It's a Chinese fucking product, but the quality control on it's amazing. I mean, yeah, you got machine marks here, but I kind of like the way that looks. You know what I mean? Like, that's just tooling marks for when they CNC'd that shit. And but the rest of the unit is nice, smooth finish and everything. And I like the gold. The gold matches the rest of the bike. I got gold levers, although they kind of faded. But, you know, maybe I'll get a new set of levers to match it. But for my setup, and it comes in a lot of different colors. Whatever the color scheme is on your bike, you guarantee you can find something to match what you're looking for. My only complaint about this is the extended bracket here for the instrument panel does kind of, there's really no clearance here. I mean, this is like right up against it, but this doesn't move, you know. So that's just one of the shitty things about the 09s, is their weird off-centered fucking instrument panel. If you have the MT or FZ07, those brackets just lift it up, you know, and it still stays centered. So but yeah, folks, if that's something you're thinking about getting, man, I highly recommend it. This one is only about 120 bucks. The one for the, I don't believe they make one, this particular manufacturer makes one for the FZ07 in this style. They have the side shock style, which I like I said, I don't recommend. But I believe there's one called Savage that does go over the center, and that's the one you're gonna want if you run with the 07. So hear that, Angry D? That's what you want, bro. You want a center mount one, and I think that one's like 160 bucks. So a little bit more, but dude, it's worth anything under 200 bucks, dude, is fucking a steal for this type of shit. So anyways, like, share, give me a comment below. I love answering your questions. I love interacting with my audience, and appreciate everything. See you guys.